Why does the entire industry of realtors need to exist? Couldn't there just be listings websites? First-time buying and selling can be a lot without an agent. Mine was helpful in explaining the purchasing process to me and also in showing me stuff around the house that could be an issue for the price or future repairs. Do they do anything else that couldn't be replaced with a few apps? They put together the official offer if talking a buyer's agent. Done incorrectly, you can lose thousands of dollars on this. For sellers, they market the property, provide advice, and review the incoming offers to filter the bullshit. Overall, I think they're worth something, but do think they're overpaid for what they're worth though. The MLS is basically a monopoly. If you don't list on that, you won't get as many eyes. Only realtors can put listings into it. 50 years ago, realtors were important and necessary. Information didn't flow freely. Most people didn't know how the whole process worked, and a lot of research might be needed to figure out what's a fair price for the area and yada, yada yada. In the age of information, they are totally useless. Saves you very limited time at best. In a seller's market, they are beyond useless for a seller. In a buyer's market, they might save you some time, but really it's research you ought to do yourself. It's just a holdover from a bygone age. They won't last long. If you've never bought or sold a house before, you won't believe how complicated it can be. Plus, they will know the market way better than you and know how much to bid list for. The realtor for my father-in-law's house got us $130K more than I thought the house would go for. Good realtors also handle a lot of the legal paperwork side. Plus they can advise buyers, like my realtor would point out property concerns and ask me how I felt about certain renovation that I didn't always think about. Also, I was moving to a condo from a house and my realtor walked me through what to expect and what was and was not typical in a condo agreement. As a seller, my realtor was essential at helping me prepare, price and market my house. That said, a lot of realtors suck, and if you're not a first-time buyer or moving somewhere new, you might not need one. They're not required in a lot of places anyway, because when you fuck up major land transactions, you spend tens of thousands and years in court to fix it. If you can. Also, you are selling or buying something, you want a salesman to help you there. You can do it without an agent. I have bought and sold houses multiple times without it. Why would you hire one? Just list it online. Not saying it couldn't be done, but when you're doing it yourself, aside from the marketing and whatnot, you have to show the house. You have to be available to show the house. Have to work when someone is available to see your house. I'll just move on to the next one. Already moved because you took a job out of town? How exactly are you selling your house then? Not to mention, everyone thinks that their own house is worth more than it is. Every home would be priced by emotion rather than reality. Meanwhile, imagine all the arguments and ill will the first time you're showing your house and the person blurts out the kitchen is kind of dated to their significant other. Are agents worth 6 of the sale price? Almost certainly not. Has anyone really thought through what a world where we all have to do it on our own would really be like? Nope. When we purchased, having a realtor was super helpful. They arranged showings, helped us understand pros and cons of different buildings, talking through aspects we were looking for, pointed out things about properties that we wouldn't have known to look for, helped us understand what trade-offs were normal or not. They also handled negotiations. A good experienced real estate agent is great because they have a lot of knowledge of procedure and specific local areas. I just bought a house in a new town that I wasn't super familiar with, and my agent was able to find answers to things I needed to know in minutes when it would have taken me days or weeks. And if you're buying, then you don't even pay the agent directly, their fee comes from the sum the seller gets. You can definitely buy or sell a house without an agent, and people do it, but it takes a lot of time and work, and you're on the hook if anything isn't done properly. There's also lawyers, notaries, banks, municipal offices, utilities, inspectors, etc. involved, so what's one more person when they're there to help you? That's an odd way to spell, I haven't bought a house before. The short answer is laws, housing visits and personal touch. Buying a house is an emotional decision. People need hand-holding through emotional situations. Most people are terrible at dealing with each on high-dollar value items. They are salespeople. They help people sell houses. They also know the home buying process, which can be confusing. A. Those websites exist. B. Have you memorized the housing code of your area? Do you think websites predate housing? Do you think websites don't require staff etc. to keep them running? AI will soon handle the contracting and the legal stuff, but you will still need a realtor to manage open houses, market and offers.